See, that's what's crazy, you know? How many people watched it when it first came out? There you go, see. So I've done conventions in Europe, and 70% of the audience put their hand up as their first convention, and that they'd only just started watching it a couple of years ago, which is crazy for a show. But the depth, the reach of it is what is so fantastic to us. And what's so lovely about it is that we have causes and things that we actually believe in and try to support. You know, as much fun as I make of Misha, he builds hospitals and schools and rescues people from foreign countries. He's pretty amazing, actually. He's a pretty extraordinary boy. But when we do something and we care about something, you lot get in behind it and make it 1,000 times bigger or 1,000,000 times bigger. And that is the most extraordinary force that I've seen. And I think the state of the world, the way the world is right now, is incredibly brash and brutal and mean and combative and polarizing and all those awful things. And you come to a convention, you come to a place like this, and it's people joined together by a mutual love of, you know, Ian and Paul or Charisma or James or any of these people that I've known for a long time. But coming together over something positive as opposed to something that separates us. So watching that force and watching the way that changes people's lives. I mean, what better place to have a panic attack than a convention, right? I mean, how many people here have a diagnosed mental illness? Right, the rest of you are lying or you're not diagnosed yet. But there you go, see, it's a safe space, a safe place to be. You know, it's an incredible thing to me. It's like, it is like a great human experiment. The fact that you can love a show, connect to a show, connect to the characters, and then do things that support that love of those characters and change the world in little building blocks over and over again is the most phenomenal thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, round of applause for that. We love that about Monopoly events, and it brings people together, and it really is a safe space. You meet people that got married that met at Comic-Con. You meet people that are best friends, or they came alone to the show, and then now they meet all their people, which we love to hear.
Yeah, you'll make friends whether you want to or not. I mean, that's the bottom line. You're going to hang out in a line for 2 hours. You might as well be nice to each other, right? That's the way it is. Well, you're okay. You got a seat.
Totally.
I'm always mean to my friends in wheelchairs.
That means you love them.
Well, maybe.
Just a little bit. Just a tad.
Just jealous. Just jealous.
Just jealous. We were talking about being, it humanizes people and the human experience. We love to know, though, that all the celebrities, I would think most, if not all, they're still fans of something, right? Like, we're all here because we're a fan of something or someone.
I've never trusted anybody who isn't a fan of something.
I know.
There's something really wrong with you if you don't get, like, totally insane over something.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of human being is not like, squeeing over something?
Right, or people that go like, well, I really don't watch TV. I'm like, what's all your furniture pointed at? Like, what's going on?
Well, it's a good place you can keep a penguin.
Yeah. A penguin.
Some older people got the reference there.
No idea. Well, I have to ask, just between us, Mark, just between, this intimate setup, what are you a fan of? What or who are you a fan of?
So much stuff. It's like, working in what we're working, you would think that some of the magic goes away because we know how the sausage is made, right? So, we make television with 150 of our friends, and we put it together, and there's effects, and there's things, and there's stuff that's added to it, and then music added to it. But we've already moved on to the next episode that we're doing, and we never really get to see our audience the way I'm used to from music and from theatre and those sort of live events. And coming to a convention changes that. I get my audience back, which is the most wonderful gift that's possible. It's just the most amazing thing. That's why we do it. But we make all this stuff, and you have to you want to get lost in something. I think the last series that I watched front to back, because I hadn't seen it, and I just made a determination I need to take time to see it, was Better Call Saul. And everybody loved Breaking Bad, and I've got lots of friends in Breaking Bad, and maybe I was going to do it at one point, and I didn't. And I was like, yeah, okay. And it's sort of like, it was over there somewhere or something. And then Giancarlo said, if you have the opportunity, watch Better Call Saul first. If you have the opportunity, because it's so well constructed and it fills in all these gaps. So I did. And I was like, oh my God, they still make incredible storytelling television. You know, and there's other things I like and I watch, but the second Dune movie I thought was brilliant. Like my kids like, go watch it, Dad. I'm like, okay. And I was like, oh, this is fantastic. You know, I didn't know. Sometimes people's fame supersedes their ability to tell a story. You know what I'm saying? And then you can get wonderful things like Deadpool and Wolverine, which is just, let's go like so meta and so much further down that line that we don't really care whether you know who we are and what we talk about, but let's just make this for you. And it really was. I thought Deadpool and Wolverine was truly made for fans and true comic book fans because it's so insular in that way. But I love stuff that's done. There you go. Here's the point, right? I'll get to the point. Things that we make out of love, things that we make out of passion. You can tell. You know, the stuff that's made cynically, that's copies of things, that's the same old stuff, regurgitated story, doesn't resonate with the audience. The audience doesn't care. There's got to be something in it that sparks that, oh yeah, you either want to be it or you want to be with it or something. Something's got to drive you, you know? Something's got to make you excited by it. And things that are made out of passion and out of love have a totally different resonance in an audience than anything else. So I'm a fan of all things that are made with joy and are made with passion and love. There you go. That's the answer. Longest answer of the morning.